Tom, back here for another video. So this is going to be a 5 and 5, obviously by the title, inspired by Kieran and James Buttery mainly. He's been doing these pretty recently, so pretty regularly. Did a couple of them. I know we did a Coltrane. I'm not going to show the same stuff that he did, although I love Ohm and love Supreme, obviously. Amazing album. But I would have definitely showed Ohm too if you didn't, James, but you got that covered. So I did a hip-hop video. If anyone missed that, go check it out if that's your thing. If not, I'm doing this one for everyone else that isn't into that. So let's just get into it. First up, Africa Brass. Great album. The first album I heard from Coltrane. Pretty positive about that. The first one I heard that made me fall in love with him. Whole jazz style and just everything about it. It's just fantastic. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta turn something down here. Alright, so this is the first album on Impulse from '61. And definitely I took a little bit of a different turn here. It's on the orange and black label, but brass horns, French horns, obviously by title, you're going to have brass in it, so a bit of a different style, backed up by a larger group, a larger ensemble, which I think Julian Priester was in it, Freddie Hubbard, and Pat Patrick actually from the Sun Ra Orchestra played in it as well, I believe. And then obviously is a classic quartet as well. So this one happens to be a mono, if I didn't mention that. But music is modal, especially the track Brass, or sorry, the track Africa, excuse me, the track Africa. It's like modal hard bop, I guess, best way to describe it. Then they have the folk standard Green Sleeve, it's a pretty well known folk track, does a cover of that, type of free jazz cover of that. So really cool, really, really great. And then ends off with Blues Minor, another original, damn good. Highly recommend this album, definitely one of my favorites from Coltrane. And for some reason you haven't heard it, definitely recommend you go check it out. Sorry, just got out of the shower, so sweating a bit. Alright, next up, Impressions. More of a compilation album and than less of a real album, but still great. Recorded between '61 and '63, I believe, with the classic quartet, and then including a few other players. Eric Dolphy plays on the track India, which definitely has a Indian African type vibe to it. That track was recorded at the Village Vanguard in '61, as well as the track Impressions was recorded at the Village Vanguard, which is the classic quartet, I believe. And then 2 studio tracks, Up Against the Wall, recorded in '62. Then After the Rain, which is one of my personal favorites, includes Roy Haynes on drums instead of Elvin Jones, recorded in '63. So, but really cool album. Definitely one that gets mentioned quite a bit, and for good reason. I really enjoy it. So the rest of these are on the red and black Impulse label. That's probably why I'm not showing them, but the only one on the orange and black original is the Africa Brass. So next up here, one that definitely divided, I guess Coltrane put him definitely into the avant-garde free jazz realm, which he was definitely in it before, but this one definitely put him in it. Bigger group, big collective of musicians, all great too. So just name them off here. We got Elvin Jones, Freddie Hubbard, Marion Brown, McCoy Tyner, Jamie Garrison, Artie Shep, Pharoah Sanders, John Takai, Marion Brown, Dewey Johnson. Great stand. Art Davis on bass as well, sorry. Great playing, amazing, big group, big band, free jazz, big band avant-garde, I guess. Best way to describe it, but you just have to hear it for yourself. Amazing album. Highly recommend checking this one out. There's a couple different versions of this one. There's a Ascension 1 and Ascension 2. This is Ascension 2. I believe this is the one that he wanted out. Originally came out as Ascension 1. Like Coltrane decided he didn't end up liking that, so they went in and switched out the tapes and started printing the second edition. I believe that's correct. That's how the story goes. So that's the one that he wanted everyone to hear, but I think they're both great. But Ascension 2, if I had to pick, probably my favorite second edition. Next up here, Sunship. One that doesn't, I guess, get mentioned a lot, definitely gets mentioned, but one of my favorite albums from Coltrane, definitely already in the free jazz avant-garde period. The group was playing for quite a while at this point. I believe this is actually Coltrane's last album with the original quartet, and they definitely feel each other musically. They know what they're doing, so they could feel each other playing at this point, I would say. So great stuff. This is recorded in '65, but didn't come out until '71, posthumously, unfortunately. But still, amazing album. Really love this one. All great. Definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. If I can get it back in the sleeve, that would be great too. And then to round it off here, not completely just a Coltrane album, but one of my favorites. And I always consider it just a Coltrane album, even though it only plays on 2 tracks, and the other 2 are Alice Coltrane. But Cosmic Music, what to say about this? Amazing, definitely cosmic free avant-garde. Great stuff. Amazing artwork as well. Just go listen to it. Like I said, he only plays on 2 tracks, which are Manifestation and Reverend King, which was a ode or like a honoring to Martin Luther King. But nonetheless, even though he only plays on the 2 tracks, amazing stuff. All the work is great. And he actually plays on tenor sax and bass clarinet on the track Reverend King as well. So the other tracks are Alice Coltrane, and her ensemble features Pharoah Sanders. And actually one of the tracks, the son Pharoah and John Coltrane do a vocal invocation as well, a little poem or prayer. But really cool. Cosmic Music, another one I would definitely recommend. Not the easiest album to get into. Listen, probably a little bit more difficult, but still amazing album for out there Coltrane style. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks, James, for inspiring me to do that and for continuing to make videos. Karen, you as well. Really enjoyed seeing your 5 and 5 videos as well. So that's it, guys. I'll be back soon with a update, some more jazz stuff, and that's it. Hope everyone's doing well. Later. Take care.